Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. BADI ALEKHYA, Assistant Professor, Department of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, R.M.D. Engineering College. Today, we are going to discuss about one of the important concepts in deep learning, that is dataset augmentation. First, we discuss what is dataset augmentation. It's one of the crucial techniques we are used under machine learning models and deep learning model to improve the performance and robustness of the model. Indirectly, we called it as we are going to expanding the size of the data's training data by artificial techniques to improve more comprehensive and representative data set. That is the benefit of dataset augmentation. That means if you have less amount of data for training a model, by using this dataset augmentation technique, we can improve the size of the dataset and you prevent the model from overfitting. So what are the benefits of dataset augmentation is we are providing enhanced model performance because it helps the model to learn more robustly because we have wider range of data. When you have having the wider range of data, we are giving a good training to a model and it's providing a better accuracy. So already I insisted at the definition of dataset augmentation. Mainly we are creating this artificial data to prevent the model from overfitting and increasing the training of the data will be leads to better performance on the unseen data, and also it will be useful to improve that generalizability. What is generalizability is nothing but we are going to use this wide range of when we are going to apply a wide ranges in the variations of input, the model can learn the data in different perspective, especially in the case of implementing the real world applications. When you are going to apply this type of data augmentation techniques will provides the better predicted results in the model. And after that, increased data variety, where data variety means if we are going to consider this data augmentation, it will generate that synthetic data that mimics our original data. That means it will be helpful in real world variation, expanding the diversity of our training data. These are the some of the benefits of our dataset augmentation. We can improve the performance of the model, we can reduce the overfitting, and also we are going to embed these techniques to the real world applications in clinical trials, and all the generation of this synthetic data will be more helpful. So what are the common augmentation techniques? We are going to apply augmentations for image, for text and audio. In image, how we are going to perform augmentation is flipping the image, cropping the image, rotate and color adjustment, and enhancing the image diversity. These are some of the ways we are going to augmented our image. How we are going to augmented the text means by synonyms replacement and deleting the deletion of words and shuffling of sentences, sentences, increasing the variability of our test data. This technique we are called it as test augmentation. In augmentation of audio, we are considering we are going to add some injection of noise, time stretching, pitch shifting and tone of voice, and introducing a variability in different forms of audio data. So considering the image augmentation techniques, here we are using geometric transformations. Geometric transformation means rotating, flipping, scaling and translating the images can create a variations in orientations and perspectives. For example, if you have an images, you want to create more images from a single images means we can perform this geometric transformation. And also color adjustment. Increasing, changing brightness, contrast, saturation and hue can create different color variations for the image. By using color adjustment also we can increase the data size of the image. And noise injections, adding random noise can that means this noise injection we are used under audio strategies, audio augmentation strategies. When we are going in some cases we are having the video with audio at the time, images also, in images also we can introduce noise to improve the size of the data set. And data augmentation libraries, we have built-in libraries for creating image augmentation techniques. And test augmentation techniques, we already discussed synonyms replacement. What is synonyms replacement means? We are going to replace these words with their synonyms. For example, for a single word, if there is a multiple meanings, instead of writing the same words, we are creating the same sentences with the similar meaning. They'll increases the size of the data. And word deletions, sometimes varying the length and grammatical structures maybe form the different sentences and maybe increases the size of data. Sentence shuffling, we have some sentence, we can also convey that. For example, considering that active voice and passive voice both are representing the same thing, but it's a work, the way of representing is different. That type of sentence shuffling will be also helpful in data augmentation. Back translations for means phrasing. Maybe if I want to increase the text size, same things I have to improve the content to understand, make a mission to understand the model or not. Mission translation, example application, we can also call it as mission translation. The same language words I am going to convert it into another language will also increasing the content in variations in the forming of phrasing. So audio augmentation methods, we also already mentioned that noise injections, making random noise to adding or random noise to the audio signals can simulate your real world environment noise. And also time stretching. Time stretching means we are going to increases or decreasing the duration of audio signals in tempo and rhythm. Pitch shifting is nothing but in mainly it's focused on pitch and tone, how we are going to communicate, and it's also calculated the emotions in different perspectives. Speed change, how we are going to, for example, if I am going to deliver one lecture to you guys, that speed of the video is more means it is going to calculate, my video is recorded within 5 minutes means if I am going to increases the size of the video, it will be converting this 5 minutes video to 10 minutes. That means it's also increasing the size of the data if you are going to concentrate on the speed change of audio augmentation. So how we are going to implement our data set augmentation is, in data preparation we have to consider with a clean and well structured data that is ready for augmentation, because if you are using image you have to consider healthy images uh, to perform for the data augmentation, that is well structured audio or test images. First data preparation is very important, and then you can apply. We have augmentation libraries is there, we have augmentation technique selection. Here we can decide that which type of we are using, which type of model or GAN model or anything. We like algorithms, we have to produce augmentation. We have to consider choose a better augmentation techniques based on the relevant of my type of data. If I am considering image, based on that image I have to consider the algorithm. If I am considering test, based on the test data I have to consider algorithm. We have to choose which type of augmentation technique will be suited for this data set augmentation. And augmentation implementation, after choosing the correct technique of augmentation by library, we have to implement by using its libraries and tools in coding part. After applying the libraries and tools, we have to evaluate the performance of the model trained on augmented data sets to ensure its performance. For example, if I am creating concentrated on generating synthetic image data, for example, if I am using the VJN model, if I am using a GAN model to generate synthetic data, synthetic image data, I have to evaluate that synthetic data will providing a better performance on the trained model by using any VJN model. Like that, I have to validate the augmented data set after uh, implemented by using the augmentation technique. That is the fine. That is the technique you have to consider. You have to evaluate the generated augmented data set. And after generating this augmented, after verifying the quality of data by using augmented data set evaluation, we can deploy this model into the real word application. It's a machine learning model or it is a deep learning model. The augmented data set we can deploy it into a real world application. That's all, students. I gave one real time project on data set augmentation in your classroom. Please complete the data set augmentation. Consider any image data set, applying any technique which is relevant to generating the data augmentation. Means for image data set augmentation, consider any technique of data augmentation, apply the technique. After applying the technique, for the generated augmented data you can evaluate it by using uh, one model, and after evaluating the quality of data you are going to deploy that model into the real time applications. So that's all, students, for the today's class. We will meet with some other new concepts in the next class. Thank you all.